Hey guys, welcome back to my gaming channel. I'm so excited for this build because we have Casita's house, and I feel like with Maribel's Casita, it's been a little bit difficult for people to build it out and figure out where to put it. It's such a big, beautiful, colorful house, and for me, Eternity Isle is the perfect place to put it because it has that beautiful tropical jungle aesthetic, and even some of the florals on the house really match this biome. So I am in I believe this is the grasslands in Eternity Isle, and the first thing I did was put my strawberries in a little cluster of 3 on each side. And I wanted this build to be super natural, jungly, colorful, tropical. I really wanted it to feel like you're in Venezuela or Colombia and you're really in the jungle, in the, forest, the Amazon, and you just stumble upon this gorgeous house and there's so much color and vibrancy because a lot of my other builds are very girly or monochrome, and we just finished Belle's Cottage. If you haven't watched that video, I will leave it in the cards above. Click that little link up there that says Belle's Village. And that village is very monochromatic, a lot of warm tones. So in this village, I really wanted to make it super colorful and vibrant and just super jungle-like. I started with the strawberries and then I added a bunch of the pink cherry blossom trees. I really wanted to add that pop of pink as there are some beautiful bright pink flowers all over the house. Now to really surround the area, I put a bunch of the jungle trees that fit, and then I'm going to add a bunch of these beautiful tropical foliage items all around the tree as well as the surrounding area. I really wanted it to feel super lush and tropical and green. I wanted it to feel like when I'm walking through there, I'm back in Puerto Rico or Colombia or Venezuela, somewhere where it's very tropical, as I mentioned. So we're just gonna add a bunch of tropical items. I'm also adding, of course, some of the Encanto furniture items. I added some of the fabric stands on each side, as well as some of the pink rugs, and you can do whatever you see fit here, but I just decided that I wanted it to be super tropical. Then I realized in this empty space, it would be really nice to have some beautiful pineapples. The pineapples are so beautiful with this build. I did this before when I had built her house out in another part of my Eternity Isle, and I loved the way it looked, so I decided to do that in the empty spots and create a beautiful border around the strawberries and this entire area with the pineapples. So as you can see here, I was kind of deciding where I wanted the pineapples to go, and I ended up deciding to just border the entire area with the pineapples. That way it has this gorgeous look of a fresh little fruit farm in front of their home where they can pick mangoes and strawberries and pineapples, and the color of all these fruit just looks so beautiful with this house. Now that that's done, I was able to use the sun-baked pathing to create a little entryway for this home. That way it looks like we're really in a dirt area where they are growing their fruit, and the sun-baked pathing just looks so beautiful with the color of this home, and it really matches the beautiful orange and green brick on the house. Once I have a little path, I'm going to go in with a lot of the foliage items, and this is completely customizable. You can use whatever you want here. Again, I wanted it to be super colorful, so I went in with a lot of the greenery, the blue, the pink, all of the colorful tropical greenery and foliage that we have in this game, and it looks so pretty, and I'm just really filling in all these gaps. Like I said before, I wanted this to be really lush and really full. I don't want to see any of that grass underneath. I want it to just look like there's so many plants and fruit growing here, and it's overgrown and tropical. Now that that's done, I was able to use the sun-baked pathing to create a little entryway for this home. That way it looks like we're really in a dirt area where they are growing their fruit, and the sun-baked pathing just looks so beautiful with the color of this home, and it really matches the beautiful orange and green brick on the house. Once I have a little path, I'm going to go in with a lot of the foliage items, and this is completely customizable. You can use whatever you want here. Again, I wanted it to be really lush and really full. I don't want to see any of that grass underneath. I want it to just look like there's so many plants and fruit growing here, and it's overgrown and tropical. Now I wanted to really make the pink and red of this build pop, especially around the house. And so I'm going to use the red trees. They look so beautiful with this build. It just really ties it together. The brightness of this red against the warm orange tones and the green, it just looks absolutely gorgeous, super tropical and super full. Now I decided to drag that pathing down by the bridge so it has a nice entryway, and then I also decided to drag the pathing down to the entry of this part of the biome. That way we can create a beautiful walking path with more rocks and foliage, so it has a nice entry and it really looks like they own this plot of land. As you can see, I'm using the same sun-baked plateau pathing to create a cute little walking path that enters the biome and the entire little area. And then I'm just gonna align it with foliage like ferns, different tropical plants, and I'm gonna play around with tree placement and different things like that, just so it has this beautiful little entryway that just feels super natural, like you're in this lush entry in the Amazon, in the forest, in the, you know, in this beautiful tropical forest, and then you stumble upon this gorgeous house. I'm using items like the sunlit plateau bushes, some of the snake plants, some of the tropical foliage, just a nice mix of green and orange shades, as well as some waterfalls on either side of the house. The waterfalls look absolutely beautiful, and I like to walk up and down my builds to see where I can move things around. So I made adjustments to where the cherry blossom trees are and just added more foliage. So now I changed the day and I made it earlier. And then I also made adjustments to the builds. I added the Ancients Landing fencing to give us a nice entryway to make the front of this build look like a nice front yard. And then I also added the oil lamps on either side. I think the oil lamps just look so nice in this biome. The oil lamps look nice everywhere, but I just think in this biome in particular on Eternity Isle, they look so beautiful, very tropical, very natural. It feels like something that people who live in the jungle could make themselves, you know, very antique and antiquated, but in a good way, in a very natural, beautiful way. And I love how it looks in this biome, and I love how it looks with this build. And now to finish this build, I'm gonna add a little bit of detailing, like extra ferns, extra little furniture items. We're gonna add books and little things like that that will bring our characters into the build. Some extra furniture items. I didn't wanna fill up the space too much because I wanted it to be easy to walk through, as you can see, but I added a stone well, a fruit stand, a bicycle, just little furniture items that feel like the things that you would find outside of their house. Since they have their fruit outside growing, they would have a fruit stand on the side. Maybe they sell to the neighbors, or they just give it away, or they just use it for themselves. And then I'm adding some extra ferns, as well as extra trees, extra foliage, books, and just little details like that. And that's really it for this build. I'm gonna show you what it looks like at different times of day, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this build. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you can. Let me know what you think. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Happy gaming. I'll see you next time.